And we are live. I'm sorry about that. Well, I'm sorry about the late stream, that is. We had a couple of technical issues because of a late decision to, well, for me to stream instead of our usual streamer. But there we go. All right, so qualifying just finished. We've got a grid of 10 cars in total. So that's the whole reverse grid for race 2. Obviously, Formula 2 inspired car, not a Formula 2 car, because that's a big no-no. But yeah, qualifying just finished. We've got Thomas Barbieri, the championship leader, and potentially to be crowned series champion today. He is on pole position. We've got Sara Milfitova lining up in second, his championship rival for the season. Ryan Hoke made an amazing P3. So just for context, Ryan Hoke is driving with a mouse. He's the only driver on the grid with a mouse. So all those 7 people behind him, they have wheels, and he doesn't. He drives on a mouse, and he's third, which is amazing. Anyway, Jack Smith, his teammate, in fourth. We've got Angus Parkin in 5th place, Roberto Radacchio in 6th place, Christoph Böse in 7th, Agnes Rositis in 8th, Italian apparently, which he's not, he is Latvian. Mackenzie Thompson is in 9th, and P10 for rookie driver Jimmy Cummins. I'm just gonna quickly, oops. No, don't, no. Alright. So again, apologies for the layout as well of the stream, which is not the greatest. Due to, again, a very late decision to stream by myself. I found out I'm supposed to stream about 20 to 30 minutes before the actual race. The stream setup was done during qualifying instead of having time to prepare everything, set everything up, and really make sure the stream's gonna look good. So I'm really sorry about the quality of the stream today compared to usual. Usually we have the beautiful transitions, the music, the beautiful overlays and stuff like that, but today we're not going to have any of that. You'll have to make do with this. As we see the 6 lights come on, as usual, 6 lights on and go. So at the moment, Thomas Barbieri is still for a good start, looking to defend his position. Always a difficult task on Spa-Francochamps. Sara Milfitova going around the outside, but it looks like Thomas has managed to make it stick so far. So Thomas still leading at the moment, but Sara Milfitova is gonna go for the overtake here. And I believe that's Ryan Hoke in the slipstream of both of them as well. Sara Milfitova hasn't managed to get past, I believe. No, Thomas Barbieri manages to brake later, outbrake Sara, and keep the position. So that's it there. Very well done by Thomas Barbieri to keep P1, which is a rare feat at Spa. Usually you've got drivers, in if you're starting, you don't want to be starting on pole here. You don't want to be starting on pole. You want to be starting somewhere lower down the order. Usually P2, P3 is the one that ends up leading after lap one, but Thomas managing to defend very well there. Further down the field, we've got battles. We've got Steve Stevenson making a very late jump into this race. So he joined in, well, literally as practice was going on, and up to P6 there, I believe. I believe we have Roberto Radacchio off. Oops. Big oops. Okay, well, I hope I didn't kill anyone by leaving the track only at the last moment. I was told to not forget about that, and yet I still did, because I'm professional like that. Well, anyway, Thomas Barbieri building a lead at this point. I believe I haven't killed anyone. I think so, because Thomas just... Oh! Is that... Ryan... oh no, sorry. That's Jack Smith trying to go for the move on Steve Stevenson. Steve Stevenson's weaving there to try and defend. Jack Smith trying it around the outside. Didn't manage to make it stick. I'm gonna go with Ryan Hawke still in P3 at the moment. We've got Agnes Rositis and Jimmy Gubbins battling it out as well. We can see there, dirty air really having an effect. Who's that off? I believe that's Sarah Mofitova off track. Promotes Ryan Hawke to P2, Steve Stevenson to P3. That's very unlucky from the championship contender Sarah Mofitova. I assume she was hoping, well, to take away a few points from Thomas. I think I'm going to look it up during the race, but I believe Thomas doesn't need a lot of points to seal it this weekend, as Sarah makes her way past her teammate. Almost does. Oh, we're gonna add Heli Corsa in here as well, just for certainty. But yeah, accidentally with the championship leader, we've got Ryan Hawke in P2, P3 Steve Stevenson, P4 Jack Smith. Agnes Rossetti is making a return to the series in P5. He's got DRS now. He's going to be able to mount a move on Jack Smith. I believe he's way too far away. Christoph Böse and Sarah Mofitova, I see them switching positions. And there goes that's Mackenzie Thompson, sorry. That's Mofitova's teammate, really barging his way past. A really aggressive move there. Getting his way past though, Christoph Böse, one of the more experienced drivers in Formula Trout. In the beautiful Griffin Gaming livery, pretty unique livery this season. Usually they've got more blue going on, but this time it's black nose. And who shall we spectate with next? Agnes Rossetis still within a second of his rival, well, of his sister teammate, let's say, JHP Academy, one of the sister teams of CRG, in a trio of sister teams. Just manages to... Oh, I see. So he's still within the RS, barely. Will he manage to get it on the next one? I think he needs a clean bus stop chicane to be able to really get it. He brakes really late. I think that was on purpose. Opens his DRS. but I don't think it's gonna be enough to actually make a move unless he gets an amazing exit after the hairpin. As we see everyone pass. Bit of a train being created here because Andrew Parkin is now close enough as well. And does Agnes still have DRS? I don't believe so, so that's going to allow Andrew Parkin to get closer to him. Angus Parkin, sorry. For some reason I haven't got Angus Parkinson's livery, which is not great. Usually there are teammates, Agnes and Angus. So they should be in the same livery, but today we've not managed to get it, sadly. Sara Mofitova making a bit of a comeback as Parkin and Agnes, they're really close to each other. Let's switch back to Sara. Oh, I believe there's no in-game audio. Why is that? Okay, I'm gonna try and get that working. Oh, I believe there's no in-game audio. Why is that? There we go. It should be working now. For now, we're gonna do it without, because we've got a little bit of a train that's caught up to each other. I'm going to fix the audio, or try to fix it after this. So I've got Agnes Rositis leading this train, Angus Parkin hot on his tail trying to get past, and Sara Mofitova as well, trying to get in this battle. Angus Parkin opens the RS. Agnes Rositis a bit of a sitting duck here. Is Sara gonna get past both of them? Manages to make the move stake. Will Agnes try to profit from this? Can't, he's too far away, so that's it then. That's Sara Mofitova making her way past. 2 cars in one move. Unbelievable racing that. as we see Steve Stevenson chasing down Ryan Hoke. Um, I assume he's going to catch him by the end of this lap. Already in the slipstream, even before the bus stop chicane. Are we going to see a move here? That is the question I have. As we see, Molfitova has caught up to Jack Smith as well. We're going to resume that battle in just a second after we see them battle each other out. We've got one down the inside there, but is going to wait for what I assume is the DRS zone. Is he going to go for the move around the hairpin, or is he going to wait? He lets him go, I believe. I mean, that's what we just watched for DRS reasons. Oh, Sara Molfitova making her way past as well. But this is going to allow Jack Smith. Oh no, who do I follow? Who do I follow here? Well, I've got Steve Stevenson. But we're going to watch this battle because the move is... Oh, waits, lifts out there. And Steve Stevenson's still behind Ryan Hoke, but Jack Smith has made it past Molfitova in great fashion. As they go side by side again, Jack Smith making a mistake there. And side by side, will Angus Parkin profit from this? He's going down the inside of both of them. Is Jack Smith okay? He's still on track. Angus Parkin and Sara Molfitova side by side through the bus stop chicane. Still side by side. Will he go for a move here? Ah, he thinks about it. He thinks about it. Should have stuck his nose in there, if I'm honest. Ooh, as the wash of dirty air sends him wide a bit there. Jack Smith losing out in this battle, sadly, for him. Agnes Rosette is back on his tail now. He's probably going to try to stay within DRS. As we've got Ryan Hoke and Steve Stevenson still fighting each other. And Ryan Hoke is doing an amazing job. He's on a mouse, guys. You gotta remember that. He's still keeping his position, which is unbelievable. Very shaky there from Steve Stevenson. Well, he's only had 2 minutes of practice pre-race, so he's doing an amazing job, but very mistake prone compared to Ryan Hoke, who's an absolute master of this track apparently. As we see Angus Parkin still staying within DRS of Sara Molfitova. Probably trying to get pulled along. I mean, we see on his delta that's 3-4 tenths gained just from DRS, having DRS being in the slipstream. It's unbelievable. Ryan Hoke and Steve Stevenson battling it out still. Steve goes a bit wide there, but no bother. A lot of people going wide there. As we see Mackenzie Thompson has DNF'd. Oh, that's a shame. Never want to see people DNF, especially because, well, you never know. One other person might have an issue and allow you to stay within the top 10, which in this case would be a reverse pole, basically. But we see Steve Stevenson now really getting close to Ryan Hoke. Unbelievable close now. Nose to tail as they go into the bus stop. Will he make the move here or will he wait? He's waiting. They're offering us a great battle, these two guys. As they both have DRS, do they? I don't think they both have DRS. I think one of them is illegally opening it. still going side by side there as Steve Stevenson, the chaser, still up Eau Rouge. He's gonna lift off, I believe, to, yeah, there we go. Now he has DRS. Now it's basically done. Who has DRS? None of them do, apparently. Neither of them opening the DRS. Oh no! Oh no. Ryan. Ryan, please get it back. The podium. The podium, Ryan. Oh no. Ryan managing to keep Sarah Mofitova off him so far, but I believe it's only going to be a matter of time until she gets past back into the podium position. Still trying to mount a challenge for the championship here. As Sarah Mofitova now has gotten past Ryan Hogue. Sorry about that. Still trying to fix the sound issue. We've got Agnes still within the DRS of Jack Smith. There we go. I believe we do have sound now. Oh no, it stops working. Why? Why does it stop working at certain points? Anyway, Agnes Rositis and Jack Smith. Jack Smith battling it out. Oh my god, Jack Smith is off there. Or that's Ryan Hawkes, sorry. Wow. That was I don't quite understand what happened there. But anyway, that's Ryan Hawke off. And out of the top 5, sadly. Well, what happened there is probably mouse steering is what happened. But yeah, Christoph Bose now trying to chase Ryan Hawke, trying to see if he can get some pace, some positions, some points back. Evrica. I think this is it. I think we've got the sound now. For good, I hope. Only 3 minutes to go in this race, and we've got the sound back. I'm having another stream. Oh, there's something just doing that. Maybe going offline. Sound might be too loud now, actually. I'm gonna turn my voice up. There we go. That should be better. Okay, so we've got Christoph Bose, Reinhard, Agnes Rossettis. Reinhard chasing down Agnes Rossettis, Christoph Bose chasing down Reinhard with 2.5 minutes to go, which I believe is about a lap and a bit. Well, depends how far the leader is up, but he's about 30 seconds, 35 up the road. And yeah, Ryan Hawk there, getting closer to Agnes. Is he gonna go for a move? Very brave if he would. Just keep things better of it. A very clean mouse steering input there by this driver. Oh, he's getting close, he's getting close. Is he gonna go for a move? He's gonna attempt it down the inside. Ooh. No space there, Ryan, no space there. Thinks better about it. I think that's Christoph Bose breathing down there next now. As we see him make a mistake. The mouse steering, the mouse little wobble. And that's Ryan Hawk off. That's Ryan Hawk off screen. He went off somehow. And that promotes Christoph Bose up into P6. Now chasing down Agnes Rossettis. Yeah. Well, shame for Ryan Hawk, because he was driving a great race. You know, he was in second for so long. Was really doing an unbelievable job. But it's all about keeping it together, you know. These drivers, you know, drivers like Steve, drivers like Moffatova, they'll put the pressure on, and they're really, well, they can really induce a mistake, you know, if you're not consistent, if you're not ready for a battle, I guess. They'll be totally happy to watch you spin into the barriers and get the position. We're gonna watch the man who's driven a perfect race from lap 1 up to now. I mean, started P1, managed to keep it on Spa, which is very difficult, and then just built the gap to what you see now. 25 minutes to bringing a 25-second gap almost. I mean, that's unbelievable. He's about to cross the finish line here and win round 7, race 1 of from a Trout League Sprint Series. And I believe, I'm not sure, but that might have won him the championship as well. We need to check the standings in order to see that, which I am going to do now. Let's check it. So yes, that is, I believe that is him. Let's see. That is him in P1. That's after a quick little calculation, Thomas Barbieri is now our new Sprint Series champion. His first title in Formula Trout League, long-awaited one. He's been trying. Well, he's been saying that he was unhappy with being runner-up in past few seasons, and he's really been trying to improve, get up to a level where he can win. We knew he could win races. He was spectacular in his first season in the Premier Series. So to see him win a title is very satisfying in Formula Trout. So yeah, congratulations, Thomas. Well done, and hope to see you win many more titles in the future seasons. But only if you're driving for me, bro. Oh no, copyrighted music on stream. Oh no. Well, there we go. That was race one. So now we've got cars in a different order. We've got on in P11, should be P10, but anyway, P12 Thompson, P11 Thomas Barbieri, Steve Stevenson P10, Sam Muftova P9, Jack Smith P8, Christoph Bose P7, 6th for Ryan Hawk, Jimmy Gubbins in P5, Angus Park in P4, P3 for Agnes Rositis, and Roberto Rodacchio starting P2 with our pole man. Oh, it's me apparently. No, it is Roberto Rodacchio. I believe the overlay. Oh no, it is a different car, but it's not letting me switch to it for some reason. Come on. I don't quite understand what's happening. Oh, can't back to pits yet. But we are gonna watch this start. I don't know who that is in first. It might be Angus Parkin actually. Don't quite understand what's happening there. But anyway, race starts with the leader P1 managing to get a good start. Roberto Rodacchio there on the inside of Ryan Hogg, I believe. And I believe that's one car off. Hopefully not Ryan Hogg. It might be Ryan Hogg. Unlucky there, but yeah, we've got Angus Parkin in P1. I'm just going to reset the pits before it becomes a problem. I'm just going to check I'm in the pits. Yes, I am. Okay, let's go back to the race. As we see, fight for P2 there, for P1 there. Christoph Bose going off track, going onto the grass to try and get a position back. But yeah, Angus Parkin leading the race at the moment with Roberto Radacchio in P2, Steve Stevenson P3, Jack Smith having a fight there further back. Thomas Barbieri, our new champion, trying to make his way back up. He's got Christoph Bose ahead. As you see Angus Parkin still trying to build a gap. And it's gonna get interesting down this little straight because we've got Thomas Barbieri very close to Christoph Bose. He's gonna make the move. So are they gonna be side by side through whatever this corner is? Blanchimont. And there we go. Christoph Bose gonna try to outbrake him into the bus stop. Doesn't manage to do so. Thomas manages to keep the position. This is gonna allow him to get right on the back of Jack Smith. Is he gonna try to make a move into the T1? Not yet. Thinks better about it, as he's got Steve Stevenson as well to manage. Jack Smith now really close to Steve Stevenson ahead. As you see them all go up Eau Rouge in spectacular fashion, if I might say, in this camera angle. But yeah, Steve Stevenson now trying to defend hard from both of them. Barbieri being really cautious, I believe. Oh, as that's Jack Smith being punted off by Steve Stevenson. Can't name it any different. Bit of a touch there, and that has sent Jack Smith off track and down in P8, I believe. We've got another little train forming here, led by Steve Stevenson, and this is allowing the two leaders to really escape the pack. Obviously the races are a little bit longer than in previous Sprint Series seasons. They're 25 minutes each, so it will give the people behind that are quicker time to catch up. But if they keep battling like this, they might just allow Angus Parkin and Radacchio to escape. As we see now, Barbieri is really getting closer to Steve Stevenson, I believe. With Steve Stevenson trying to break the toe best he can, but it's going to be difficult. Is this going to allow Barbieri to make a move into bus stop? No. Thinks better about it, I believe. Trying to wait for the DRS, game it a bit. And he's gonna have it just after this lap, I think. Because we are on lap 3. And now going on to Kemmel Straight. Even if he doesn't get DRS, I think it's going to be close enough for an overtake. I'm going to go on board with Sara Mulfitova here, because if the DRS is open, we're going to have a 3-way, I think, into the Kemmel Straight. Ooh, as we see Barbieri already opening his DRS. We see Stevenson tucking back the slipstream, but it's not enough. It's not enough. So that's it. Barbieri up to P3, and now gonna put on the ooh, as we see Stevenson's gone off, and that allows Mulfitova to get past again. Christoph Bose, smelling blood. And we see Stevenson having another moment there. Dropping down after having a great race 1, finishing P2. Struggling in this second race a bit more. We saw him making these kind of mistakes in race 1 as well, but he managed to build a gap and escape all the trouble. Get himself up to P2, but more tricky in this race. Anyway, as we see him again, you know, hitting the gravel, it's going to allow Christoph Böse to use the slipstream to get closer. Stevenson just out of the window where slipstream is powerful, 7/10, and Christoph Böse really getting close now to Steve. As Steve outbrakes himself, and Böse does too, and spins it round. Stevenson managed to keep it together and keep it going. But we've got a battle there for P1 now. What's gonna happen here? We've got Radocchia P2, Barbieri P3. Really not getting a great exit, Barbieri there. So we're gonna go on board with Radocchia, who's making the move past Angus Parkin in the other CRG car that you can't see. And managed to make it stick. So Radocchia gonna try and escape as fast as possible because he knows he's got the champion, current series champion, coming. Well, he is coming. He is chasing them, and Angus Parkin there, ceding to the pressure of Radocchia. Ooh, has to shift down there a little bit, because I was told before that this corner in qualifying in perfect trim is almost flat. So it's surprised to see the dirty air being that powerful in this car, but it is very powerful. So now Angus Parkin gonna have to defend from our new champion. Thomas Barbieri getting closer again. You see the slipstream when you're outside of 5/10 is not the most powerful in these cars, and we've got Barbieri making it past before the bus stop. He's gonna try and do it quickly because it might allow him, with the RS and everything else, to get close enough to Radocchia to make a move this lap. As we see Sarah Mofitova as well, closing up to this pack, closing up to this bunch, and I think this might be enough. This might be enough for Thomas Barbieri to mount a move. Depends on the overspeed that he's going to get. He didn't get a great exit out of T1. Robert Radocchia is getting some great exits out of there. But the RS is now open, and we see Parkin. Parkin surprisingly making it past and really making inroads on the straight. He's rapid on the straight. And he's gone back past Thomas Barbieri there. It's going to allow Roberto Radocchia to breathe for one more lap. And Sarah Mofitova to hope that she's going to catch them quick enough to get into this battle, to get involved for the win. Because this is the battle for the win. Steve Stevenson there, still lurking around as well, if one of these make a mistake. We've got a Mofitova Barbieri Stevens train. I believe my mic was off for a while there. Well, anyway, Thomas Barbieri now on the back of Sarah Mofitova. So yeah, on the spin. No, Mike, I turned the mic off accidentally, but anyway, Barbieri now making a move past Molfeitova. He's going to be able to make it stick, I believe so. He's passed before the braking zone even. And back up to P2, where he found himself for one lap briefly after Angus Parkin overtook him. Angus Parkin now having DNF'd in the meantime. 2.2 seconds now to Radocchia. Now, once he's within the RS, that gap is going to disappear very quickly. So really, it's just 1 second that he wants to catch up. But, you know, if Sauer keeps him honest and manages to keep him within a good DRS margin, it might not be a given. Might not be a given that he can ooh, as we see Stevenson really wide there. But yeah, Thomas here is trying to drive the perfect lap to escape Molfeitova's slipstream. Not allow her to stay too close to him. Potentially escape the RS as well, but that'll be a bit more tricky. As we see that the slipstream is basically non-existent after your, you know, if you're not within half a second, you really can't tell. You really can't catch the car ahead. It's barely there. But Barbieri has done very well so far, built an 8, 9, 10th gap already, and is catching Radocchia at a massive rate of 156 there, whilst Radocchia doing a 157.8. Thomas Barbieri with the fastest lap of the race. Once he's in clean air, he is a rocket, and already gapped down to 1.3 seconds now. I was saying that it's not a given that he's gonna catch him, but I think it is a given at this point. Molfeitova's still within the RS, so we're gonna make back a couple of tenths here until the end of the straight, but it's gonna be difficult to keep within the RS for another lap, or even a couple of corners, as we can see. Thomas Barbieri absolutely flying. I mean, you know, if you wanted an example of why he's just won this, he's showing it. You know, the pace is unbelievable. One of his championship rivals is not racing tonight, Andy Park, which is basically what allowed him. Ooh, Steve Stevenson, I believe, has made a mistake and has gone off. And this promotes Ryan Hawk up into P5. But yeah, talking about Thomas Barbieri, we're saying his championship rival Andy Park has not showed up for this race, as we see Radocchia going off into the gravel. And so without Andy Park here, it was easier for him to mathematically win it, but he was very dominant this season anyway. The first part of the season, I think he had about 5 races or so where he, you know, 3 events or so where he won every single race, race 1 and race 2 every single time. So, you know, he's shown that he's had amazing pace so far. As we see Radocchia there making a mistake. I'm gonna go aboard with Barbieri now to see if he's going to get past, well, how he's going to get past. Like, sadly for Radocchia, he's a bit of a sitting duck without the RS. He's gonna try and go early back into the toe to try to re-overtake, but it's gonna be difficult. The overspeed is too much, and that's Radocchia down to P2. Radocchia as well this season hasn't driven all the races, but when he's been driving, he's been really, really performing at a good level. He's got a podium or 2 so far, and always strong, always fighting. You know, especially in these race 2s, we see him a lot fighting for podiums, fighting for the win. He's now being chased by Sarah Molfeitova, the other former championship contender of Barbieri. Had a bit of a bad race last race, which has put her mathematically at a disadvantage in the championship. You see Stevenson's DNFing from the race. I believe that allows Gavins to get up into P9, but yeah. Spa-Francochamps last round in Brazil had a bit of a bad race and had to DNF, and as a result it's allowed Andy Park and Thomas to really get away with it championship wise. So yeah, a bit of a shame. Would have liked, as from a spectator's point of view, to you know, have the championship go down to the wire, but not doesn't always happen. Although in the sprint series, championships tend to be really close sometimes. I believe last season we had a 3-way or 4-way fight even mathematically, and with 2 races to go, it was still possible for 4 of the drivers to win. Going to the last round, it was a 2-horse race between Cody Lawrence and Steve Stevenson, with Cody Lawrence coming out on top. Now our new champion Thomas Barbieri, driver for UAGP, the team's champions this season as well, and the past 2 seasons. As we see Mofitova in a beautiful livery, by the way. I really like the lead paw racing. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Lead paw, lead paw, lead paw. I assume. Lead paw racing. Really great livery, the black and gold, and you've got the slightly matte finish on the black and the gloss / chromey gold. Really looks great. I really love it. But anyway, Mofitova now getting really close to Radocchio. So we're gonna see now 5/10 or so behind, and now you can get a little bit of a slipstream effect, I think. So now she's in the slipstream. No, actually, not really that strong. Yeah, a little bit of an effect, as you can see now, going back down after a bit of a bad exit for her. But really close now after the bus stop. Gonna get DRS, get even more of an advantage, and I think this is gonna be a really good chance to overtake now into Camel Straight. So Camel Straight there, coming up to it. Just here you have to judge it so that you're not too close actually to the person ahead, but I think this is really the perfect gap. About 4/10 before the DRS open is what you want, because now it's gonna go open and you're gonna get the most of the slipstream. Look at this absolute rocket ship getting past, and Roberto Radocchio still managed to keep it there. Can't manage to keep it in there under braking, but is this gonna allow? Ooh, both of them round. Roberto Radocchio keeps position there, but I'm not sure what the stewards would think of that one. Bit of a touch, but honestly, I can't judge it just off of that alone. Seeing it live, it was wing to wheel, I think, the contact. So now both of them driving with very overheated tires, I assume. Gonna be a bit of a tricky one to keep it on track, keep it clean. But Roberto Radocchio coming out of that still ahead, and luckily no one close in proximity to steal away the positions from them. As we see, Ryan Hawke has had a bit of a spin as well. But yeah, Mofitova now has to do it all over again. There's 5 minutes to go. A lap around here in these F2 cars is about 2 minutes. So let's see what Mofitova does. Mofitova now, is she close enough to try and move again? She brakes really late. She's not as close as before. And you saw that didn't manage to get past with even with a 4 or 5/10 gap to the car head, so shouldn't be able to get alongside this time. But it's gonna help her to stay close for and overtake next lap potentially. Wow, really great livery. I keep complimenting it, but I really think it's really good looking. Molfitova not getting that much closer to Radokia, so Radokia is putting in a strong drive once again. Bit of a classic Radokia drive, very defensive guy, very good at keeping it clean usually. Obviously got tangled up in this incident earlier, but unusual for Roberto. He is known to keep himself out of trouble usually as he makes a mistake there. As I was saying that, gets a bit of an oversteer moment, but this doesn't yet allow Molfitova to get an amazing run on him. All about keeping it clean in T1. Can Molfitova get a good exit and try to mount a challenge? She does get a good exit. She is closer than last lap, but I'm not sure it's close enough. Not quite sure it's close enough. DRS is gonna open now, and Radokia is gonna hope that by the end of the straight, Molfitova is not alongside, and she isn't. So, one more lap. I think that's all they're gonna get here. And yeah, this is it. Now Molfitova has to get a good lap. Has to keep it clean, has to get as close as possible to Radokia ahead if she wants to make this move happen. I would say she'll need to be within about as she goes off there. The 30 making itself shown. But yeah, it needs to be within about half a second, I would say, into Camel Straight. If it's 0.5, I think that's the chance. As she runs slightly wide there onto the gravel, so not close enough. Needs a great bus stop chicane, I think. Great bus stop chicane and a great T1, and that's what's gonna allow her to make it stick. Thomas Barbieri embarking on his last lap of the race, so this is it really for Molfitova. Can she? As she makes a mistake there, and I think that's over. I think that's it. I think Radokia's managed to keep P2 unless he makes some sort of mistake. Which is a bit of a shame. It's robbed us of a potential battle, and it's left this P2 or P3 finishing positions a bit in question, because there was an incident that happened earlier and we don't really know who was to blame there, or if there was anyone to blame. Could be just a racing incident, but we will analyze it post-race. Well, the stewards will analyze it post-race and decide. So if Molfitova does an absolutely amazing lap, she might be able to get back past into the bus stop chicane. So this is gonna be still a battle to watch. Gets a nice little rotation there, and within half a second now, closest she's been, I think, for a while, and manages to avoid the dirty air washing her wide. I think if she manages to nail the next few corners, it might be enough. Radokia is driving a very calm race here. This is it. Needs to get a good exit here. Doesn't really manage to. I think the rotation there, a bit of an understeer, and yeah, I think that's Redokia safe for the time being. Um, Slipstream, if you're this far away again, basically non-existent. Um, you only manage to catch a couple of hundreds. But yeah, Morphet over there, not managing to get it done. We've had the finisher as well. Well, Thomas Barbieri finished. We didn't go on board with him over the finish. I'm really sorry about that. But another win for Thomas Barbieri. And Morphet over there weaving. I don't know if that's happiness or anger. I believe that more frustration than anything. Jack Smith in P4. We're going to watch Agnes Rositis cross in P5. A very solid result from him whenever he shows up in Trout. In former Trout Racing League. I mean, not Trout. Christoph Böse coming on P6 on his favorite circuit, I believe. So, a strong little result from him as well. Thompson, Mackenzie Thompson in P7, bringing home points for the new team on the grid, Lead Power Racing. Jimmy Gubbins still in P8, but is going to make it across the finish line to claim P8 and the last point in race 2. But yeah, there we go. Jimmy Gubbins manages to make it across the finish line, and we've already got Thomas Barbieri ready to tell us about his season and his race. I think he wants to talk more about the season than the race, if anything, but we'll bring him in here. Hello, Thomas.
Hello, Maxi.
So, tell us about that race. You are crowned champion, obviously, after 7 rounds, with a bit of a gap in the end because of the 2 wins, and one of the rivals not being here. So, yeah, what do you think about that?
Well, I mean, first of all, happy to be champion, of course. Like, I think it was set from the beginning that we were a title contender from the first few races. And happy that finally I got it. I think on road pace this season I probably have been the best. Even though I didn't win some races, I think I could have easily finished on the podium for the races of the NF or even win. So probably a very, very good season pace-wise. But for this race specifically, I mean, it felt good. The car felt good. The track also felt good. With the tires not so much degrading towards the end, so it was very cool to drive. And yeah, I mean, for race one, the only thing I had to do was to defend on Sarah into Lecombe, which I managed right on the edge on the braking. But after I just pulled away and just created a massive gap, she spun. Happens. Then for race two, yeah, to avoid a bit of chaos, some people going three wide, punting me, and managed to get out without damage and just on the track without tires dead.
Mm.
I just tried, yeah, to keep up running, overtake cars. I had to had someone spinning in front of me like lap 5 or 6, so I lost the position to Sarah. Then I needed
Yeah,
to overtake
that
Sarah.
was
And,
Angus Parkin, I believe.
yeah, yeah, it was him.
No, it was an interesting battle. I mean, you had in race 2, obviously race 1, very dominant. You managed to build a gap early and you were gone. But race 2 was a bit more interesting. You know, Angus Parkin did manage to re-overtake you, which I was sort of wondering what happened there.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't surprise me in the way like it was very slow. I was like, maybe I can put away enough for like exit of less horse. I was like,
Hmm.
if I manage to put away enough, like 5 tenths of 6 tenths should be fine. But I overtake him around the outside of bus stop,
Yeah,
and it was like point 0.3 or point 0.4 exit less horse. I was like, yeah, I would have DRS on the DRS from Roberto, but it was
yeah, yeah.
it was too close and overtake me again. Yeah, that was very funny. You can overtake basically people only with slipstream, so
Yeah, oh
it
yeah.
was
Well,
interesting.
it was interesting once you were, I would say, within 5/10 of the person
Yeah,
in front.
exactly.
It's like pressing a button, or like it's like having some sort of DRS down the back straight. You could already, you know,
Yeah,
get alongside into the bus stop, but once literally you were, if it was 5.5 or 6/10, not possible to get
yeah,
alongside.
not
So
possible. Yeah, it's a
um,
bit yes no situation.
yes, but
Sometimes you can, sometimes you don't.
we did see some nice battles during the race, even though we have only 10, 11 people this race. So that was good.
Yeah,
But anyway, congrats on your championship, long awaited,
thank you.
obviously. I think
I
it's been
think
a couple of seasons.
we took. I think we took the title for you, Young GP as well. I think
Yeah, I am.
too.
I don't even know when that was won, but I actually think
I
it
think
was
tonight. I
probably.
think
You
don't
think
think it
so?
was the. I probably think yeah.
All right. Well,
Because like you can score 80 80 what I'm saying
yeah,
40
yeah.
plus for 30 70 points every weekend per team, so like we had like a 140
We
gap
had a
over
lot
the
of one
different
twos though.
series.
But anyway, we'll check post race. I'm pretty sure it's one.
Yeah,
And yeah, that's nice. I can't comment more than that. That was, yeah, well, I'm streaming right now, but normally I would be really ecstatic about that. Third, I think it's our third sprint series in a row, and in total in Trout, it's a lot of titles now. I don't know what it is. Must be 8 or something, but
yeah, something.
yeah,
Yeah,
very dominant from all the JGP team members, Steve and Andy Park and myself as well, contributing to that result. But obviously, only one drivers' champion, and that's you.
yep.
Yep. Well, nobody else waiting for interview, so I'm gonna close the stream here.
See
Um,
ya, boys.
See ya. Thank you for watching, anyone that's watching, and hope to see you next week